It's such a bop, this theme. I really like it. I like it a lot. Nice. I like how many saves I have before we get to the high roller mode, and then it's just like, nope, you get one. Didn't I take a screenshot yesterday that I was going to use for the like going live thing? I think I did. Where's the ShareX screenshots folder? Another 2 hours of the devil today. Mm-mm. I gotta figure this out, man. I don't know what to say on the going live thing. This is awful. This has never happened before. I gotta outsource this. Help me figure it out. Do you get it? Do you get it? It's jumpstart me because I'm a robot. Do you get it? Never said I was intelligent. There we go. Okay. Oh. Got about 4 hours of sleep. Just woke up. Gonna do about 2 hours. Maybe a little bit more. I can do 2.5 at the most. Then go gym and then go work. Truly the circle of life. Did it pop up in the Discord? Indeed. Nice. This is all technically company property, isn't it? Yep. David had the penthouse all to himself, but every other floor's tenants are noble employees too. Right, so we've just entered the building, and Asher's dead. Yeah, we talked to her. The baddie of the baddies. I keep thinking that David Asher is like a reference to something. I was thinking Isaac Asimov. But I don't know what David Asher would be a reference to in the name. I don't get anything when I Google it, so probably not. What's that say? Sense of humor unique. Like, there's no way they're dead. Like, just look at them. They've got too much of a design to die this early. Yep, David had the penthouse all to himself, but every other floor's tenants are noble employees too. Not an uncommon arrangement in Uptown. Work at Noble, rent from Noble, wave hello to your noble neighbor in the morning, and make sure to request a spot in line at the official company crematorium. So I wasn't wrong when I called it a company town. They don't actually do that last part, I think. Did the background like change color there? Like when she goes into thinking mode? That's kind of cool. Does Noble handle employee funerary arrangements? Yeah, it's a pretty standard benefit actually. It's cheap for them compared to dental. But Noble's always been generous with benefits. Work hard and the company will have you set for life. And after. That was us saying that, I assume. Both the state and Noble have gotten themselves entrenched here in the lobby. Security and damage control and PR and liability. Everybody just glad to be... This is wrong, right? I don't mean to be a pedantic asshole, but this should be everyone's. I'm like pretty sure. Who said that line? Jess. Both the... Oh, no, it's our internal monologue. Both the state and Noble have gotten themselves entrenched here in the lobby. Security and damage control and PR and liability. Everybody just glad to be working. Security and damage control and PR and liability. Everybody just glad to be working. This has to be everybody's. If it's in character, then it works. Don't you need an is here? Everybody just glad to be working. Oh, I don't think she's talked like that before, but maybe. I get what you mean. I'm feeling a little overstimulated. Any chance we can just skip all these checkpoints? No. Fuck you. Asshole. So who do we need permission from? The cops or the company? My request went through, so we should have the go-ahead from both at this point. We won't need to go near the actual, Is it still called a crime scene, if it's not technically a crime? I don't want to think about how many suits Noble's paying to debate that question right this very instant. David's vault is in the penthouse basement, but we can't get to it from these ground floor elevators. We'll have to ride straight up to the rooftop veranda, walk in his front door and then head down. If Jess says we can do all that without stumbling across where he died, then... Okay. So if we just flash my ID card at any problem that comes up, including him? Motherfucker. I knew they'd come back. Motherfucker. Oh yeah, they were with the cops, right? So that does make sense. Hey ladies, look. Or no, I didn't do that. I did like a really slow voice for him. Hey ladies, look. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid we're at capacity at the moment. Let anyone else buy and we won't be able to maintain... Huh. You're that lawyer, Morgan. You caught me, detective. How long's it been? Feels like it's been ages. Oh dear, not still bitter about our last encounter, I hope? I'll live. I don't see the spunky one around. She taking a mental health day to preserve that unflappable charm? Detective Rice is around. Why? You miss her that bad? I just have a silly question for now until I'm at my desk? Sure. What's your question? What do you got? Hit me! Stop hitting me with the question. What the fuck did you just ask me? Okay, so the first step of that question is to Google fun dip product. An endless assortment of sour sweet punch, lick and dip forever. With cherry yum diddly dip and ras apple magic. This feels vaguely erotic. So much fun, we bet you can't just dip just one. It all starts with the candy, like a Sticks. Lick it up and dip endlessly. For that sugary sweet and mildly sour kick. I've never seen anything like this even. It's a powder candy. I don't think I've ever had a powder candy. Like at all. I can't think of a powder candy I've had. Powder that makes you say real. Well, you swore off processed sugar anyway, right? Like, I did for about a year. Like, I want to say 3 years ago, Harpot. I haven't fully sworn it off, like... since then, but ever since I started working out, and honestly since I did like fully 3 years ago, I don't take a lot of sugar like at all, but I will if I want to. So like I'll have like small bit of ice cream every now and then, you know, stuff like that. But I swore off candy. Was one of the things I did. All I'm saying is that I want the powder that makes me say real. Is that a product? What the fuck? No. 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 Who the fuck buys their dad Father's Day candy? God bless fathers today and always. Wishing you a blessed happy Father's Day. From your family at Good Shepherd Church. This isn't even Father's Day. Nothing about this is themed. Yeah, the thing is, Arton, just buy normal candy. Why the fuck would you buy candy that says dad on it? It's 90. Oh my god. Candy color is subject to change due to availability. Sorry, I need to not get stun locked. Hey Kirby, what the fuck, man? I'm not eating a powder candy. That makes me say real. I'm on the fantasy side, okay? I'm not doing Umineko Mysteries real. We're on the fantasy side. I'm not saying it's real. I've had blind pimples that were more endearing. Oh yeah, you haven't missed much, Kirby. We just walked in the house and saw this guy. You two know each other? Jess Starling. Meet homicide detective Kasim London. Hell is a blind pimple. The opposite of a seeing pimple. Like, obviously. What are you talking about? It's okay, I'm still missing stuff. My screen is frozen on the dad chocolates. That is a completely innocuous sentence. And I don't know why my 4 hours of sleep brain does this. Why does that read as like a vile euphemism? My screen is frozen on the dad chocolates. I'm just... Nah. No. I need to be euthanized. It's a pleasure, miss. Oh, likewise. As you might have guessed, the detective and I are acquainted. Comes with the line of work. Morgan's being modest, sweetheart. Practically blood. Oh wow, me, sweetheart. Something wrong? Something wrong, Starling? No, nothing. Nothing's wrong. She has it bad. She has it bad. But close as we are, I still can't just let her walk in off the street and onto the scene of an ongoing investigation. Even Noble's lawyers have to play by the rules today. Play by the rules? So there is a game afoot. The game is afoot, said Sherlock Holmes. And just as he said that, I realized I need to open Google Sheets. And then I need to navigate to the sheet I created. If it wants to load. I don't have it. I've got like 2 sheets. Of the devil. What the why did that take so long? Okay. What makes you assume I'm here in a professional capacity? You're a criminal defense attorney and we're at a crime scene. Call it an old man's intuition. I'm not a dumbass. I have seen what a lawyer is before. I've played Ace Attorney. I know that the lawyer sneaks around and collects evidence at the scene. I know that due process doesn't exist. I have played Ace Attorney. Good detectives don't rely on intuition though, do they? They rely on evidence. Oh, I don't rely on it, don't worry. I just need to lean on it every now and then, when my back acts up. Oh, cool. She has it so bad. What? Oh my god. Jess, we need to talk. I just need to lean on it every now and then when my back acts up. Oh, he's so dreamy. Oh, he's so dreamy. Hold me, Morgan. Hold me before I do something I'll regret. Ugh. Guy gets a bit of grey in his hair and thinks it's a free pass to act like a goddamn cowboy. Well, I'm afraid your intuition is off this morning, detective. I'm here on a private matter. The deceased wasn't your client? No, that would have been a conflict of interest. Conflict of... you two knew each other. I see. In that case, allow me to give you my condolences. Thank you. But what I could really use is a bit of your help. You sure... or... you sure rally fast? Jess? Right. Is it just me, or am I dreaming, or is there a little bit of a blush here? There was definitely a little bit of a blush. We have this clearance here, detective, sir, from legal, which allows us to... That's alright, little lady. I trust you. You can leave the paperwork holstered for now. Little lady? I don't think she tightened his tie that way if she's so thirsty that she falls for London. Dude. She has it fucking bad. She has it so insanely bad. What the fuck? We aren't here for David, really. We won't be setting foot anywhere near your staging area, detective. Alright. Why not? How generous. I can afford to be generous today, because if I screw up... He gestures to the lobby full of suits and cops. Plenty of folk at hand, ready to pick up the slack. Well, if you're that at ease, perhaps I can take this time to ask you a few questions. Hey, you can always ask, Tiger. But I think you understand what I mean when I say whether or not I can answer is not entirely up to me. That has to be Chekhov's inhaler. I made the same observation last stream. I was like, okay, so her, like, her asthma or like general poor health is gonna be insanely relevant. I feel like she's gonna fall over dead like any second. Like, holy shit. Also, Eddie, you weren't here last stream, right? I don't remember if you were, but we are playing on high roller mode, which means we only have one save file. I've already failed one thing, but now I'm like paranoid about missing details. So, no saves coming allowed, and that's basically it. I need chat to like follow the plot like at like 5% of the plot each. I need you to like... I need to assign you to different parts of the plot, okay? Because I have slept 4 hours, and I cannot fail, like, 50-50s. If they ask me which one's correct, I need chat to help me, okay? This is very important. For my continued, like, health and... satisfaction with the game. Perfectionism. I'm legally obliged to state that my brain is fried from overwork. Well, Eddie, you fit right into this fucking universe, okay? I have a lot to catch up on. No, you don't. If you watched the first case, all you need to know is the father of robotics died. We haven't gotten to his corpse yet. He left something for us in a case. We don't know why. Congrats, you're caught up. This guy, I don't even know if it's a guy. Percent sorta ambiguous. David Asher, lead programmer at Noble Electronics. I did not enunciate that. Like street food, crowds, fishing. Dislikes brain freeze, driving, Lind. And then he died. I think what's interesting is a robot attendant immediately went like, that's tragic, and like couldn't focus on helping us with something, which makes me think that maybe they acquired a soul or something when he died. Toho Fractured Transience. What did you just link in general? Oh my god, it's a Toho. I'm sending the Master Spark image to King. Thank you for that, that's cool. Fiamma means flame in Italian. Surely that's going to be relevant in this VN too. I'm so happy to have you, Kirby. Do you know how useful it's been for, like, visual novel enjoyment to have an Italian in chat? Like, I don't know why they keep taking shit from the Italian language, but it's awesome. Because I just have, like, the authority on it right there in chat. I don't need to learn the language myself. I can just shortcut it. I can delegate. Fiamma balls. Because it's objectively a great language. That's true. It's like Babylonian. The Tower of Babel. It's a great language. Let's hope nothing bad happens to it. Do we... Great language to me. For some reason, I'm putting it at like 65% of the world speaks it or more. I don't know why. That's the... I just made that connection. But, I don't think we have any in that sense great languages right now. Unless Chinese. I don't know. Chinese might have the population. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. I don't know how many people speak like each language in the world. Like percent of the world speaks like English, Spanish, and Chinese, which I assume are the front runners. You're looking a bit haggard. How long have you been here anyway? Oh yeah, also I'm unmedicated. I haven't eaten yet. My plan is to fast until I'm hungry. I'll probably eat during the stream. Make some food. I'm going to the gym afterwards. So I'm gonna try my best not to get too sidetracked, but be aware, chat, that your ability to influence me into tangents is far greater than normal because I am on 4 hours of sleep and unmedicated. So behave responsibly with sidetrack tangents, okay? Yes, you're back. I had to leave early for a performance review yesterday. How did it go? I hope it went well. I asked... I don't remember what I asked, but I asked if there was a great stopping point or not. I noticed you were out of the chat, which was fine, but I think we picked a good stopping point. We picked right before we went into the building yesterday. But civilized fog. I missed something. I've been here since this morning, but civilized folks don't call it morning when the streetlights are still on. Okay, I'm definitely changing the tone of his voice ever since Jess fell head over heels for him. I can't believe I went on that tangent. I can't believe I, like, fucked my voice for the next, like... The next... like, 8 hours. I fucked my voice by doing that for 20 minutes. That's insane. Even if he got here around 1 or 2 in the morning... That still means homicide wasn't brought in until hours after Noble had the lay of the land. Homicide... or... Noble had hours before homicide arrived. Sounds like you could use a break. I could use a retirement package. You can't do noises like that. That's cool and all, but you need to make it more obvious. You need to have a... That sounds like something gets added here. Eddie? What? That's so out of left field. What do you mean? You know who would know that? You know who would know that? And I say this just based on vibes. This individual. Find the dick in your vicinity. I mean, smokes, cigars, Def 13 cigarettes, and other adult stuff. She fucking smokes that dick. Hey, you're a lawyer, right? According to all my business cards, yes. Think I can sue for elder abuse? Not that kind of lawyer, sorry. You would lose though. I already regret asking. Why have they got a homicide detective losing sleep over this anyway? A man is dead, and he wasn't killed by fire, a vehicle, organized crime, or disinformation. As far as we know. So at the moment, homicide is technically not the worst fit. Why? Jess looks hella fucking suspicious. I feel like Jess knows something about this. And she's not sharing. She just looks hella suspicious. But we're leading in name only. A high profile death like this, everyone's got an eye on us. And a hand placed firmly on the back of our neck. No reaction from Jess, okay. I've been checking my phone, but the only thing the news seems to agree on is that David passed away. Sorry, but if you're asking for details... No. Okay, cut out. No, thank you. Oh, okay, it was I thought she was sarcastic. I don't know why I can't read Morgan saying anything genuinely ever. Like, ever. No, thank you for not letting them make this into a parade. Yet. We do our best to respect the privacy of anyone involved with an ongoing investigation. He declined to say victim. Detective, Dr. Asher was a close friend of mine for many years. Yeah, he trusted Morgan more than anyone. Can you tell me if he killed himself? It looks like that's the case. I see. Thank you for telling me that. Dr. Ash! Yeah, you're, well... Sorry. Another round of guarded words. David was an important man, and it has only been a few hours. You know who David is? You know who the real-life analog to David is? And this is a deep cut. Oh, he has no images online. He has no images online. I thought he did. Oh my god. Oh, I was gonna make a joke because his first name is David. Oh no, okay. This is very funny. Does he show up there? There's no way. Oh, he does. This guy invented controller modding. Cardano is his tag. From Austria. He basically invented modern GameCube controller modding. Says like a bunch of stuff here, like snapback capacitors and everything, right? Cardano. Here's an image of him. That's not what I found when I looked it up. I went to images and I was like, oh, let me find a picture of Cardano. I only see the modding, and then I scroll, and it gives me this. David, I present to you David Asher. This was one thing, and then immediately, if you don't press this, if you don't press it, what's also on the first page was this. It's David Asher, baby. Oh, sorry, I don't know why I laughed so hard at that, but just these two next to each other. There, I didn't see a magic card, was there? Oh, there was. No, this is... Legend of the Five Rings. The Clan Wars come to Rokugan. Enter a realm of heroism, magic, and steel, where warring samurai clans clash for power and prestige, duel for love and revenge, and fight to save the very soul of Rokugan. The Emerald Throne sits empty. Without a strong emperor to unite them, the great clans have turned against each other. A civil war rages. The Empire's most ancient enemy returns. 7 heroes must... This is just... Wushu novels, but in a card game. This is a dope design, though. Jesus, is that old? That's crazy. Let's subscribe to the newsletter. This really is ADHD. I used to be on some shit like, I call my mind a runaway train of thought. Nah, I'm just unmedicated. Real. Getting diagnosed was great for me. For my confidence. But all this tiptoeing gives me the feeling that whatever happened to David, it wasn't cut and dry. You boys and Noble all getting along with each other, sharing your toys. Some of the younger ones are bristling, but I always play well with others, counselor. And how well do the Megs play with you? They give you full access to building security? Meg. Fucking Megan, man. It's always Megan. Mega corporation or one of their employees. Meg is a derogatory term. A derogatory and hateful term used to refer to... Isn't hateful... Chat, isn't derogatory... Like, isn't hateful bundled into the term derogatory? Like, derogatory speech constitutes hate speech. Like, aren't those two just, like, connected always? True, Sandy Beach, you're right. Thank you. That's true. That's true. There are numerous unverified explanations for how the term originated. Some say it is a natural evolution from the slang word shark, which was used to refer to ruthless individuals or businessmen in the late 20th century. Others claim that Meg was originally short for Megan, a sort of archetypal individual that defended the contributions that corporations have made to society. Tired of having to read anti-industrious sentiment on the net? Check out our auto-censor tools that replace harmful words like Meg with family-friendly alternatives like job creator or patriot. It really is Megan from Family Guy. And how well do the Megs play with you? They give you full access to building security? Oh, I've got like slime in my throat for some reason. Gotta clear it a little bit. They've given us access, and they say it's full. Some big penumbra system, top of the line coverage, top to bottom of the building. The size of the data stream's torrential. It'll be a while before we can start making sense of it all. A more conspiratorial man might think that was intentional. Bury us in data and hope we're too swamped to find whatever they're trying to hide. You know what my favorite story of this tactic not working is? You know how Steam almost died? When Half-Life 2 was releasing, they almost died. They were in a lawsuit with their sister company that like owned half of them basically, or like they were an umbrella corp together. They got investment from a Korean company, and then the Korean company like split from them and wanted the rights to, I think, Half-Life 1 and a bunch of other stuff. Or no, they wanted to acquire the company. That's it. They wanted to like just sink them to the ground. And the way what happened was they got into a legal fight. And when the lawyers were looking for like relevant data, the Korean company just like sent them everything in their books. Absolutely everything. So they sent everything over to Steam, who then gave it over to the lawyers and everything, right? But no one knew Korean, and everything was in Korean, except one intern. One fucking intern, I think it was a level designer or something for Half-Life. It was completely like a completely different role, who was Korean from birth. Just like offered to look over it, and he just found like essentially private communications that were like, yeah, we're gonna fuck Steam over, man. We're gonna absolutely swamp them, and here's how we're gonna do it, like, legally, and like, we aren't doing this in good faith at all. We're gonna ruin the company, and we have them. They can't even read Korean. They're fucking owned. We're gonna destroy them in court. And then he just like, yo, boys, they just admit to doing this to harm us here, which I think is illegal. We should just give this to the court. And they instantly won the case. It was like 2 days later they were fine. It was really funny. They just gave everything over, which is like a fuck ton of data, and then one person could parse it, and it was like, oh yeah, internal communications. Let's just, okay, they just admitted here. That's crazy. Yeah, it came out in the Valve documentary recently with the Half-Life 2 anniversary. Maybe. Wait, they gave you full access to the Penumbra? But that means every android in the building is feeding you their full spectrum. You know your stuff. The Penumbra pulls data from any androids connected to a building's net. But that's not much help since there weren't any androids in the penthouse. Right. You know, I'd heard the rumors. Never put much stock in them, but it's true. Asher never really owned a single android. Never. Well, I suppose I might do the same if I was the genius who programmed them all. My printer has feelings, kill the printer. I have a shotgun next to your bed. Every time they open their mouths, it'd just be his own lip service refracted 1,000 times over, echoing back at him from behind a mask he carved. So that means all you'll have to investigate with are the penthouse security cameras. Yeah, but that should be more than enough to wrap up a case like this. In a good way, I mean. We're very much on top of this, ladies. Let me actually write that down. No androids at... No androids in the penthouse. Penumbra was fine. David was one of the biggest names in tech. He was the face of Noble Electronics. Uh-huh. One could argue androids are only as common as they are today because of his contributions to the field. Some people felt that way, sure. So do you think anyone would want to hurt him because of that? Remind me, which one of us is the detective again? You really won't let me pick your brain? You already know the answer. Yes, ads are controversial, androids especially. We at Noble are aware that our products are sometimes the subject of heated debate, but... No need to quote the handbook at us, miss. Truth be told, I've never really understood the hate. It's not that complicated, is it? How many people have lost a job to an ad at least once in their career? Every last one of them lost their jobs because their bosses, their flesh and blood bosses, fired them. Fucking based! I keep saying, it's a class war. Don't hate your fellow robot. Don't hate the tech, hate the fucking boss, man. Hate the tech too, but hate the boss primarily. Kill the kings, man. We don't need modern day oligarchy. Sorry, no, I'm not political at all. Nah, ads are just a symptom. Scratch that. Ads are just a product. Getting mad at them is pointless, and vandalizing them is less than pointless, because unlike us, they're all insured. And besides, Android production has surged. And besides, Android production has surged over the last decade to become one of the nation's biggest exports. True. Nice to have at least one thing we make in this country. Oh, Eddie. Okay, I'll have you know that Psych made a pretty good argument towards not beheading the Swedish king. Is it that he's functionally not a king in anything but name and has no power whatsoever? Or that he enjoys soccer? Because I think both of those are like equally good arguments. He said he's good at shaking hands. Wow. Psych really he's a master at negotiating if he managed to like make you think that's a good argument. That's right, Noble only outsources the production of a small handful of internal components. Every other part of the manufacturing process is proudly done right here at home. I somehow doubt everyone considers the specifics of Noble's supply chain to be a point of national pride. But you don't need a political science degree to see how much the state values Noble's contribution to the national economy. Alright, now listen, I don't mind being helpful, and I am trying to be sensitive here. But we really do have a lot on our hands at the moment. So I'm going to have to ask you to be discreet, and ideally fast. Nah, don't worry, we ate his ass about that. Eddie, eating ass is a good thing. What do you mean? Don't use that in a negative connotation, okay? Not in my stream. I don't know where I'm getting at here. Yeah. Well, our business is just in the basement, David's basement. But the penthouse is on the top floor, the roof, so its basement would be second to last floor, if you want to be technical detective. The point is, we don't need to go into the kitchen or the parlor. We'll go straight back to his workshop and then head downstairs. The kitchen and the parlor. Interesting internal thought. I'm just gonna write down the kitchen, the parlor. We promised not to enter. But all the same, I'd like to escort you two ladies there myself. Wow, an escort, like royalty. Isn't he a gentleman? Jess, man. Jess. Shoot his ass out would be negative. True. But eating his ass is very positive, so like... Wait, Arton, what did I miss? Push your EV into wage slavery. Production. Oh my god. How did I miss that comment? Oh my god. That's so good. I hate on a deep fundamental level that Chad is just consistently wittier than me. Yeah, I know why you said it. I know why you said it. It's just so good. Like, why are you consistently wittier than me? There's a, like, pecking order here, and I feel like the way it should work is like a Genkidama, like a spirit bomb, that every time you say something witty, it should like channel like 5% of your wittiness to me, like a brain tank, and then I'll just have the better line next time, right? Like, I should be larger than life is what I'm saying. Some dude will always think up a better line. It's fucked up. Makes me feel inferior, man. Anyway, yeah, he's... Lead the way, detective. True to his word. London... Okay, let me also just write down... Jess has it omega bad! Omega down bad for London. True to his word, London ushered us past the shattering suits and humming drones, through the checkpoints and into the elevator. As it climbed into the sky, we got a good look at the growing throng of people gathered outside, and its shifting makeup. Seems like it's mostly protesters now, or worse, brand loyalists. Idiots led around by the noose their whole life, or nose. That would be a, honestly, wouldn't that be a baller fucking figure of speech? Led around by the noose. I feel like led around by the noose would be a really good figure of speech. I don't know for exactly what it evokes, but I feel like it's a good figure of speech. Idiots led around by the nose their whole life, following the musk of whatever trend is laid out before them each morning. Today's trail having led them here, for half reasons they couldn't put into words even if their lives depended on them. They're like insects. So we agree that Morgan is a big fan of Bakemonogatari, or just the Monogatari series in general, right? Like the devs, i.e. Morgan, definitely fucking loves the Monogatari series. And they look like them from up here. They're probably already preparing their spin. The misunderstood genius of Dr. David Asher. A video essay in 5 parts, 7 hours on YouTube, 18 billion ads every other second. Why the company insisted on cultivating such a following for him, I've never understood. They could have easily pinned his achievements on someone more marketable. Some random photogenic employee or a fashion model with glasses. David wouldn't have minded, he never wanted the attention, the chaos. Maybe it's as simple as bad luck. He just happened to have the right look for the part. A man buried. The U is pronounced wrong. Buried. A man buried in his work, with his eyes fixated ahead. I'm so ultra sensitive about pronunciations because of Twitch chat. This is what? His laboratory? His shop, he called it. How down to earth. It's messy in here. David was always disorganized. I wish I had a narrative voice, I just don't. David was always disorganized. Why a programmer needed to make such a mess just to run tests on computers, I'll never... But sloppy as he could be, he didn't like it when other people saw it. If he was leaving things like this, he must not have entertained any guests down here in some time. I'm from Midwest USA, we pronounce everything wrong, you're good. An accent isn't pronouncing everything wrong, I won't say. But I also think there's definitely some regional choices in with your dialect that that you can constitute as that, for sure. I like the Midwestern, like, speech. Correct pronunciation is a myth spread by the bourgeoisie. Yeah, I agree. 100%. I'm in your camp. And that's why I don't care about how I pronounce that word at all. Bourgeoisie. Checkmate. I know you want to type in chat so bad. He must not have entertained any guests down here in some time. No, I'm proud of you. Awesome. Thanks for all your help, Detective London. I see the blue outline. I know I'm gonna have to inspect everything here, like every single thing. Why is she looking so deep in thought? Don't mention it. What? You want me to step out? We won't take long. Not lacking for boldness, are you? Look, I have to take a phone call. We'll be in and out as soon as possible, promise. And whatever Dr. Ash wanted set aside for his foundation, we'll be sure to flag it. She has it? Are you... Is that a fucking Professor Layton reference? Oh. I thought that was a Professor Layton reference because he will be deep in thought and go, I have it. What's the name of the small detective that everyone loves that I like, but I forgot the name of because I'm a bad... It's Professor Layton and... What's the fucking small British child? Battler? No, it's not Battler. It's not fucking Battler. What are you saying? Oh my god. It's Luke. It's Luke. Luke Triton. Luke, I have it. At least she's already wearing gloves. If we find a dead body, you'll be our first call. Morgan, what was that stuff about his foundation? I haven't played Layton's, don't expect me to answer anything relevant. It's just funny that I was so stuck on her, like, thinking that I couldn't reference the fact that she's permanently fucking... Like, I've never seen a person crush harder for someone in my life. Which tells you I don't go outside much. But, you know, also that this is a big crush, okay? Dr. Ash's charity has always been managed by an outside group. Yeah, I've already noticed quite a few ones. You haven't spent a lot of time around crime scenes, have you? Actually, this is my first. Well, generally speaking, it's not really common to retrieve rings from the premises while the cops are still searching them. Oh! Look, if David had something to give me, we can go get it. We just can't make a ton of noise about it, okay? Of course. Great. After you. Not the ad, please. Oh, it's an hour in. I turned on the minimum amount of ads, so the pre-rolls should be turned off. Because I hate pre-rolls more than I hate an ad every hour or so. It's fine, Curve. They just took off their clothes. What? No, we didn't. I did, but the game did. Stop fucking making up misinformation, man. Or did you mean they as me? No, just kidding. I recommend stretching real quick. I'm gonna stand up a little bit because I hate sitting down for too long and I've sat still for an hour. And I'm gonna grab a drink as well. So I'll be back in a second. You should stand up too. It's good for you, okay? I care about your health and well-being and your hobbies and your and your achievements in school and your work life, especially your work-life balance, your career and like advancements. I care about you, okay? So don't sit down too long, okay? Actually, this is fucked up. I can't leave it on a like no mu. Why does it do this? It loves putting no music on for like ages. I'm gonna take the break when I where there's like some background noise. The phrase is quiet as a church mouse, but what if I have no legs? I don't care. Caught myself. I'm okay. I'm okay. But now doesn't seem like the time to correct her. Okay, we have a droning in the background, that works. I will be making a protein shake. Which means it'll be very loud for a second, because I will be shaking it in the distance. So maybe you'll hear like the thing bouncing around in the bottle, like over the room. I apologize in advance. Also, I assume you can hear me while I'm over here. I am here, and I am shaking. ASMR. This is my breakfast. Gonna go gym after this and then eat at work. Is the plan. Don't say jorking it. I am making the jorking motion, but like... I'm not jorking it, okay? You gotta be gentle when you jork it, okay? I made a huge mistake that I'm still paying for, by the way. This is such a funny thing. I order Gold Star, I think they're called, right? Let me see, Gold Star protein shake. That's not the brand. What the fuck are they called? 1 second. Oh, Gold Standard. I ordered Gold Standard protein powder. And they had a campaign a while ago that was like, you could get one large, like bottle like this, whatever, and one smaller one for the price of the bigger one. And I fucked up because I had a flavor I really like, which is the double rich chocolate. And I wanted to try a new one, so I took chocolate mint. But I had them reversed. So I got the one I didn't know about in the larger size, and the double rich chocolate in the small size. And I don't like chocolate mint. So I'm just like, man, I gotta get through this so I can get back to the one I really like. This shit's fucked up. Having held back on certain jokes makes for a jarring experience when so many other people just throw out the same kind of jokes at every opportunity. During the stream I almost said, I'll show Jess the lay of the land. You should! Arten, look, okay, here's a funny... Felt very not like me to say that. I want to bring out your worst impulses, okay? One thing I've realized is that Uh, chocolate. I love chocolate mint candies, and I like chocolate mint ice cream. I cannot stand the protein shake for it. What I was gonna say is, also, why do they keep giving me like 100 view videos? Ever since I started watching like Yu-Gi-Oh content, I watched this podcast, for example, which is just a bunch of Yu-Gi tubers. They don't talk about Yu-Gi-Oh, but they every single person here is like utterly deranged. And what I learned is, these are adults with wives and soon to have kids, and they just aren't normal. And they will instantly jump on every unhinged thing you can say ever. And I've learned that people don't give a shit. You can say the most unhinged shit ever, and as long as it's stream content, it's fine. Obviously, if you're not hurting anyone. Yeah, this is funny. This is...
Let's go.
This is a reference that the editor put in, because they're talking about solo leveling, fucking being media talk slop. Hype and aura moments. I thought that was a reference, but unfortunately it was not. The sweet joy of Jack in it. Like, God.
I29F found a gay porn video opened
I will
on
mute
my
myself for a
husband,
second.
32M's laptop. He says he was just using it
And
to
shake.
learn Spanish noun genders.
I believe
Straight up
him.
jorking
Yeah, like,
it.
what's the problem? Like,
Informational
obviously, I
porn.
don't understand.
Dude,
What's the issue?
that's what needs to be in schools.
My husband and I work slightly different schedules, so he has the house to himself for a few hours most nights. Last night, I'd left my laptop at work open by accident, so I opened up his to watch some videos while I ate dinner. There was a pretty hardcore gay porn video opened up on the laptop. It was paused, but partway through playing. When I confronted him about it, he said that he was trying to associate contextual sense memory technique that he thought of to learn Spanish noun genders and not actually jacking off to it.
Do we think he is in the closet? I mean, he's got to be, right? Like,
Yeah.
okay, all right.
Are you fucking with me?
I finished jorking it. I now have a protein shake next to me. And I have hype moments and aura. Yes! Are you fucking me? David's shop was a mess, but the mess felt familiar. It was very David. I'm such a fucking... I'm not okay, man. Why am I like this? I'm reading a murder mystery novel. And the vibes are not me reading a murder mystery novel. This happened with Umineko too. Why am I like this? Coming down here, I barely recognize the place. For starters, there's a goddamn gym. Oh my god, based. Holy shit, he's fucking jacked as fuck. Why are there oil tankers in the corner? What the fuck equipment is this? You have books in your gym? There's a car in the ceiling? I don't care. He's lifting it, okay? David hated exercise. Always claimed he didn't have the time for it. Even when I got him that treadmill and the subscription for the personal coaching program with the scheduling subroutine. My joke, Pip. Owned. Gets so owned. Also, they were a lot closer than I thought they were if you are the one making like the workout routine for him. Like that. They're a lot closer than I thought. Said he couldn't find the time. And then even when I explained to him that the program accounted for that and adapted to his schedule, he still... I would love that. Morgan, what's up? Hmm? You're smiling. What's so funny? Nothing. Just surprised to see the place renovated. Yeah, he actually had me on mail tag with a couple contractors a while back. Never thought I'd have to learn so much about concrete and wiring in marble. Did you know marble needs to be treated or else indoor air starts to corrode it? Okay, we got a wall of text here. There's another example I held back on that was in the Dragon Ball FighterZ server. In a patch from about a year ago, Trunks got some Bayonetta MK level buffs. Some of us don't like suggesting Trunks for teams, and I really thought about citing internalized Trunks phobia as the reason. You need to just let your mind wander, Arten. You need to leave your shame behind and post these when they happen, okay? You will be a happier person if you do. And that's ultimately what matters. I don't know where the line is. The line is something you learn. And being scared of the line is worse than just going for it and finding the line, and then now you know where the line is and you can keep within the line for the future. Like, all of us have a sense of what's way too bad. Like, you're not gonna post something that's so over the line that people are, like, insanely mad at you. And the thing is also, who gives a fuck if some randoms are mad at you, right? If it's a banger to enough people, it's fine. Depends on exactly what you're saying, but, like, that joke there is so far from the line, it's not even funny. Like, I don't think anyone would be offended by that. I didn't know that. Is that true? Wait, is it not? But her guy told me that without an epoxy finish, the entire bar table could... She has no self-confidence. Jess has zero self-confidence. It's like assuredness is a better word. Self-assuredness. Is that the vault over there then? Yeah. Stands out, I guess. Haha. Nervous? What's that? Oh, a little, I guess. But the inhaler helps, mostly, so... Aren't you going to open it? Open it? Don't... You know the combination? No, I do not know the combination to David's basement vault. Oh no, how could I have... He didn't tell you or give you a code, or... He gave me the code to get into the building. And the parking garage, but not the code to whatever this is. It all goes gray. We gotta morb. We gotta morb the code, man. We gotta figure out the code from first principles, from base principles, okay? We know David liked to work out. We know that he's number 1, right? Except he didn't like to work out, so it's the inverse. So we know it's not number 1, because he's not number 1, it's number 9. So it starts with a 9. You know, there were a lot of scattered papers back in his shop. Could he have left you a note on one of them? Yes, dude, I love deriving things from base principles. Sandy Beach, I wanna do you like this? That sounds like making up a guy. That sounds like a guy Northern Lion would make up and then deride. Yes, dude, I love deriving things from base principles. That's the most make up a guy sentence ever. I don't know why. I also like deriving things from base principles, but that's the most make up a guy. He's that guy. True. God. I love Erica, man. I love Erica so much. I I've been watching the Anderson playing Umineko streams. Erika versus what's her name? It's Erika Candy moment. Umineko. Can I get the trolling? I want the in a nutshell one. Erika versus Maria in a nutshell. This is literally I just had to show this to you because it's so good.
Don't argue with me. That's why you're the slowest in your class. That's why you don't have a girlfriend.
It's the candy scene. And it's so perfect. It's exactly what happens.
I'm about to end your whole career. You know Santa Claus is real, right? What? Right. Mm-hmm. Exactly. No, because she had it coming. She had it coming. No, don't call mom now.
I love that she literally does that. She literally like, I'm gonna kill this like 9-year-old kid's like, I'm gonna ruin her life, man. Oh, it's so good. Yes, he could have. He would have. In fact, I think he probably did. You just stay there right here, Morgan. I'll have this settled in just a sec. Sounds good. She knows the code. Right then. Well, it's definitely locked. Looks like it's a Tethys basic sturdy cure. Sturdy cure? That's not a real word, is it? I ain't ever seen this when I search for start page. I've never seen this when I've searched as like word like this. Normally it tries to do word association. That's crazy. Tethys basic sturdy cure anti-hack anti-digital high-rated code panel. Tethys is the largest online shopping and consumer shipping corporation on Earth, and a dominant economic force that frequently courts controversy by skirting monopoly law and labor law in every nation in which it operates. And yes, we really do have... it's written by them too. And yes, we really do have everything for sale, so ditch this lame-o search engine and head over to our online store to find what you're really looking for, hot stuff. I would kill myself if a web page said this to me. If a like search thing said this to me. I would just immediately end my life. If Amazon does this to me, this is like... Okay, if you want to assassinate me, you just slip in something like this. Past the ad blocker, okay? You need to slip it past the ad blocker. Nothing basic about it, but at least I can see the password's limited to 6 characters. Only 1 million possible combinations. Maybe I'll get lucky. Slim chances, but what the hell, why shouldn't I give it a shot? Okay, chat. What would the gambler do here? They do our birthday, right? Nothing's happening. Okay, that was dumb. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, wasn't it? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, isn't it? I don't really want to dwell on why I thought that would work. Forget it. There's a different terminal over here. Cotter Security Systems. according to the label, maybe it controls the whole room. Damn, it's password protected too, and the code's 64 digits long. What's the point of a camera system that's harder to crack than your literal vault, you egghead? Okay, yeah, a programmer probably would care a lot more about his IoT than whatever he can fit in a safety deposit box. Yeah, Internet of Things. I have an IoT Wi-Fi network set up for like my smart light and stuff. Guess it's the 6-digit vault or something, or nothing. But I'm a lawyer, not a lockpick. Oh yeah, the reason I didn't read that is because we read that already in episode 0. And whatever other felonies I get up to in my private times, I've never pulled off a bank heist before. Only tool I've got here is my head. So what do I know? I know whatever David put in his safe, he wanted it kept secure. And I also know that he wanted me to have it. So maybe he thought ahead, maybe he guarded it in such a way that I would be the only one who could get to it. David liked games, and he really liked beating me. Print screen? The fuck? Morgan, do you need to talk about it? So if he's left one last puzzle for me, I don't mind going another. I'm right though. You know, one time's a coincidence, the second time's like, you know. This must be his spare liquor cabinet. So he has a spare liquor cabinet and a normal liquor cabinet, okay. There's a lot of good stuff in here, and a lot of bottom shelf swill. The kind of bargain bin vodka and nose burner whiskey that only an undergrad programmer could love. Nostalgia sweet like that, overpowering. 1 part per million can cover up even the cheapest aftertaste. Taking a closer look, this is a pretty serious looking set of resistance training equipment. Yeah, dude, he's fucking jacked as shit, bro. This one terrifies me, though. Is the bar in front of the plate that you're pushing your feet on, or is it... It looks like it's in front of it. Like you can hook your feet on it. I guess that makes sense for posture. Yeah. And these weights, they're all set near the max. If Noble hadn't appointed him a nutritionist along with his stylist, David would be downright scrawny. There's no way he was putting up these numbers. In which case, the digits on weights could be a clue. But there's too many, and I can't guess the order. So what the hell, Asher? Did you just set all the weights to max because it looked more neat? He just like me, for real. Look at the ceiling. Look at the sand. The fan, not the sand. What the fuck am I saying? The ceiling fan, not the sand. Spelled C-A-N, by the way. For ceiling fan, it's a sand. What the fuck am I saying? It's a very big painting. And it's a impressionist? No, cubicle. Cubist, which is still incorrect. Why the fuck are you correcting yourself in your internal monologue? Yeah, cubicle. That sounds right. It's not. Whatever its style, I do remember that David liked this painting. Big blue painting. Showing results for Predator. Predator Predator is an oil-on-canvas painting by the mid-21st century neo-abstract expressionist Mads Haystorp. Arguably his most well-known work, it was displayed in the Kryllerheim Center d'Art Moderne for 9 months before Haystorp entered the premises on 11/25. It's 6 digits. It's 6 digits. We found it. 11/25/58. Or 85/52/11. And used a hunting knife to cut the singular massive canvas into 3 separate pieces. I'm just gonna write it down in case they force me to remember it. Because this game would do something like that in high roller mode. When asked for comment, Haystorp replied, "My works are not complete until they have been signed." If there was a date on it, that could be a 6-digit password, but I don't see one. Maybe signing your work was considered gauche among the cubicleists. David's wine collection, still towering over the room. Don't know why he'd buy so many bottles, he didn't even particularly like the stuff. Maybe just to fill out all these shelves. But not all the bottles are untouched, some of them don't have dust on them at all. There's a mechanism for retrieving bottles off the rack. The latest bottle chosen was a Murdu Camp 81. Murdu Camp 81. Could be significant. Oh, and she said she knew what painting it was and knew that he liked it like from before, so she knew the name of the painting. Except vintages only list the year they were bottled, not the month or day. It's not enough digits for the code. Is that saying to start from the 80 or from the like 85? 8 is the 1, 8 is 1. This flooring's a new addition. Looks rough like sandpaper, but it's bouncy, rubberized. Just like something you drag your feet on at the gym or on a factory floor. It's more high performance than high class. Expensive, but not in the way you'd expect for a penthouse. Well, scratch that, it's actually cracked here. Rubber doesn't break, it bends. That's its thing. So someone must have sheeped out during the installation, left a defect in. That, or David left a jackhammer on overnight. Alright, I've searched the whole room now. Time to make or break. Oh, so it's all... Oh, I see. I thought each one was 2 digits. Okay, that makes more sense. I almost overcomplicated it by putting it in reverse. 85, 52, 11. Because of the Murder Camp 81, I was like, 8 is 1. 8 is where it starts. The date the painting was signed. A password that is and isn't left in plain sight. Nice one. Hey Morgan, What? How did you get it to open? That's... What is that? I turn back around just in time to see a door finish swinging open with mechanical grace, revealing... Okay, so my theory that it's like consciousness transplant, stronger by the second. Green outline. Green hair. A girl with a barcode emblazoned across her temple. Required by law to be plainly visible. It's an android, clearly marked as such. And yet, even standing this close, I could swear it's... snoring? I step forward and place the back of my wrist on the android's brow. Warm. It must be a prototype for the Animate 16. Or maybe a prototype for the 17 or 18. A biomechanical android with real human flesh. I'm sorry, biomechanical, yes, but it's organic flesh, not human. They're grown from lax Gemini cultures, but the... Sorry, I misspoke. So the weights are for her. She's fucking jacked as fuck, goes out of the vault, just like lifts a bunch and goes back and sleeps. Honestly, lifts, sleep, repeat. I respect it, okay? That's based as fuck. Right, understandable, since... You seem surprised, Jess. Hasn't Noble been working on warm androids like this one for a few years now? I should just unapologetically, if I say something wrong, I should not stop myself. I should just keep going and then pretend it was intentional. Warm is currently the most widely used term to describe androids. So they did dominate the market eventually. Robots specifically designed to emulate a human's likeness that feature organic flesh in some capacity. While the concept has been experimented with in the robotics industry for decades, Noble Electronics' recent foray into warm manufacturing with their Animate 16 represent a huge leap forward. Yeah, okay, so this is all new info. I thought this was the same. I thought we read something similar before. Noble Electronics' recent foray into warm electronic manufacturing with their Animate 16 model represents a huge leap forward that many analysts agree is a signal of widespread adoption to come. Though the specifics of how Noble's warm androids are manufactured and integrated remain a fiercely guarded industry secret, it is generally understood through marketing materials and user maintenance documents that warm androids will require oxygen, water, and periodic organic sustenance in addition to wireless charging. Yeah, but the thing is, the search result then said that they aren't adopted yet. It was like, warm androids are too prone to wear and tear to become popular. Or something to that effect, didn't it? This was not the result we got then when we searched for warm android. So that's why I was like, is this new or is this the same? Need a refill? Warm android supplementals are available for purchase through the Noble shop. Need a refill? Warm android supplementals, okay. If your warm android doesn't receive sufficiently frequent supplementals or is repeatedly deprived of water, they may shut down most functions in order to preserve emergency power. If this happens, you can regain access to your warm android once your order of supplementals have been confirmed as paid. So they made the supplementals as a subscription model. That's hilarious. You can't just feed them. You seem surprised, Jess. Hasn't Noble been working on warm androids like this one for a few years now? Warm androids like this one? I mean, yeah, yes, we have. Sorry, it's just that this particular model is very, it's very cutting edge. Leading edge, judging by the flush in those cheeks. I think it's safe to say we found what we're looking for. I think so too. That presents a problem then. Oh, do you not, approve? I've got nothing against androids. My concern is a bit more immediate and, well, practical. Practical? I don't know how to turn it on. You can turn me on any day, baby. I can show you how. Sorry. 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 I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. Oh. Sorry, recompose myself. Do you see a switch or something? Do you? Can we turn it around, or? I poked the android's ribs. A little less give than I expected given its frame, but the rigidity remarkably lifelike. I place my hand on the shoulder and give it a shake, but it doesn't budge. That was not a shake, that was a fucking slap. This thing has to weigh more than... Right, androids mostly transport themselves, so people are always surprised to find out they're a bit heavier than they look. A bit? I'm surprised the whole room isn't slanted. There's no way in hell we're moving this thing without waking it up. Crap. First of all, now this. I was able to guess the combination just by poking around. Compared to that, finding this hunk of junk's power switch should be child's play. This hunk of junk. Never heard that expression. Or have I? Isn't that like a slight hunk of junk? Isn't it a slight... No, it is. That is the expression. I thought that there was a... I thought there it was like a one-letter difference or something. I don't know why. I have heard that. I thought... For some reason I thought it was like... I thought it was like one letter off what the real one was, but no, that is just what it is. No, I know exactly what a hunk of junk is. I just... For some reason, I thought that hunk was like, you know, if you say that in a vacuum, you generally mean something muscular. And for some reason, I thought that the term hunk of junk was like a one letter off from what it normally is. Jess, I'm going to step back into the lab for a moment, right? Huh? Oh, sure. I'll, there's gonna be a manual around here. Good idea. It might be some kind of prototype, but it's still got a barcode. Maybe you can scan its GIN number and find something in the company files. A generic identification number is a string of numerals, typically encoded into a barcode that labels an automated dependent. Early on in the automated dependent industry revolution, concerns about the lessening gap between man and machine led governments to pass laws mandating that all ads clearly identify themselves as such to counteract rampant disinformation and identity theft campaigns. Manufacturers responded by stamping the GIN code onto android bodies, most commonly on the cheek, above the collarbone, or on the back of the hand. Some companies placed the GIN on the wrist, but this quickly incurred backlash. Concerns about automated dependents impersonating humans have dropped precipitously since then, and the GIN has instead taken on new life as a cultural icon, as powerful and easily recognizable as any corporation's logo. Fake GIN barcodes, fins, are one of the most commonly requested tattoos. The vast majority of reputable parlors will draw a line through the barcode once finished to avoid breaking identity law, though there are some clients who care little about the consequences. MMA fighter Samli Pakka infamously sports a GIN tattoo across his right knuckle and makes a show signing a check to pay the fine for displaying a false GIN on an international broadcast every time he enters the ring. That's dope. I like that world building. Yeah, of course. All generic ID numbers should be paired with industry standard files and maintenance tracking power requirements. I somehow doubt that the enigmatic android taking a cat nap in a sarcophagus in David Asher's basement will have a user manual. But it can't hurt for her to try. And... I'm okay, broke a heel, but I'm okay. I carry glue. And I'd rather search the lab by myself. Okay. Say it in red, she's clumsy. Say it in red, you're clumsy. Now then, if I were David, and I wanted to make sure that only one person would be able to walk out of here with that android, how would I set that up? Haven't seen one since college, but this must be a 3D printer. Of some sort. Feels expensive enough to make other printers look like soda fountains by comparison. Perhaps better not mess with any of the settings. Diagrams of human anatomy. The hands are highlighted. The most developed part of the human body, good for making stone axes and sending emails. Robots and frames can do just fine with claws and 3-digit imitations, but androids are expected to look like people and move like them too. Getting the hands right must be a big priority at Noble. That tree-like shape on the right is a neuron. Those branches receive input of varying weight, and then if the sum is greater than a certain threshold, the neuron fires. A 0 becomes a 1 and all the other zeros around it takes that into consideration. Repeat that a couple billion times a second and we got the human brain. A computer powerful enough to simulate all of reality. That's the analogy I read in the magazine anyway. These appears to be holding tanks for something. How should I know? No labels on anything, typical for a genius, but a nightmare for anyone trying to pick up after him. It's a lot more hard science than I expected in here. Centrifuges? And glass and microscopes. Don't programmers do all their work with a keyboard? Now use your newly purchased Android to play Doom? I would have the Android play Doom in both eyeballs, always. Like just project Doom out of both eyeballs. You look into their eyes, sharing an intimate moment, and it's just like blasting demons. Don't programmers do all their work with a keyboard? Looks like a fairly normal computer. If I'm lucky, the security will be fairly normal as well. Boot up complete. Username? Vocal commands? David Asher? Morgan? Guest? Thank you for logging in as a guest. It didn't recognize my voice, so I can probably rule out a vocal command being the key to waking the android. Do you have a question? More than one. For now though, what should I search for on his computer? Morgan. Search files for Morgan. 23 years old on the local drive. I can work with that. Mostly phone book and social data. But I don't recognize this file type. Some kind of personnel format? Date of birth, education, occupation, blood type, height and weight. Alright buddy, little invasive, don't you think? Give me your weight! I need to know! DNA and fingerprints. Now, why do you have that, David? My DNA isn't in any database. I've made sure of that. So he couldn't have bought it. He couldn't have bought this anywhere. He must have collected it himself from a wine glass or the like. It wouldn't have been easy to do. But why do it? Okay. She drank wine with him, without gloves. They were... I assume that they were... That to me is subtext that they were romantically involved, because she's always worn gloves when doing anything with anyone, so far. Morgan may be romantically involved with Asher. DNA taken from wine bottle. Question mark. Alright, I'm starting to get a pretty clear picture of what it'll take to turn on this android. What? Wait, if you pick the bottom one, it just keeps going? What's the... Android. Search files for Android. 60,000 results and counting. Yeah, okay. David will have a lot of files on Androids. I'll need to search smarter than that. Basement. Search files for basements. 800... Chat, I'm so angry. I expected something of value. I've got the what. For the where and how, I'll just have to manage. Still, there's a piece of machinery. If it really won't turn on, I can always start hitting it. True. Morgan, there you are. I've looked in every registry I could find and every database I could get into, but I don't think this Android is in the system. It was a long shot. Don't beat yourself up over it. I expected the first one to be useless too, yeah. The second was what I expected to have something. Yes, but an Android without the proper identification is... It's only buying or selling an Android without proper identification that's illegal. And it doesn't seem like he ordered this online. I guess you're right, huh? We'll have it registered soon enough anyway. I think I figured out what we need to do here. Oh? If David really wanted me to have this, he would have left some way for me to turn it on. What are you thinking? David had my fingerprints and my DNA on file. By acquiring both, he could be reasonably sure that no one was powering up this Android without my approval. You've done a swab before, haven't you? Every month for the company. Apparently they're building a database on employee epigenetics cross-reference. Epigenetics? In biology, epigenetics is the study of change in gene expression that happens without changes to the DNA sequence. The Greek prefix epi, over, outside of, around, in epigenetics implies the features that are on top of, or in addition to the traditional DNA sequence-based genetic mechanism of inheritance. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough, this is a real thing. I actually recognize it because, well, I haven't said this on stream yet, but I did break up with my girlfriend like a month or two ago, about a month ago, and she worked on what's it called? She works with DNA. The Return of the Squeak, how you been? I've been doing good. I've been streaming a cool new game. It looks like a visual novel, it's not. It's Ace Attorney meets Danganronpa, and it's good. I highly recommend it. Or you can look at the VODs. I'll upload the all the VODs to YouTube as well. This time I'm gonna make a VOD channel for it. Did you ever play more Disco Elysium? I did, but I don't like streaming it. I'm gonna finish the playthrough on my own time. I didn't really enjoy streaming it at all. I feel like it's a game you wanna chill and like enjoy on a slow basis. It's like streaming a book. Yeah. It's the thing is, streaming a book, there's always stuff kind of happening. In Disco Elysium, it's very different. It's a lot worse than streaming a book, I think. But that's fine. Games are like that, and I think Disco Elysium is fantastic, so I'll just finish it on my own time. And I'll talk about it when I finish it for sure. Every month for the company. Apparently they're building a database on employee epigenetics cross-reference with... Okay, so why the fuck... You're right. Why are they building a database of that? Oh, so you're gonna... My DNA and my fingerprint make the key. Now, where to find the lock? The hand? Yeah, baby, it's the lips, bro. There was that diagram back in the shop. Was it meant to be a literal handshake verification? Oh, I thought that would work. Me too. The chest? Why? I mean, echo reference. Maybe somewhere with a lot of surface area, the torso, the chest. I'm not doing that. The nose? I guess it's not impossible. Oh, I thought it was gonna boop the nose. The lips are one of the most sensitive parts of the body. Not the worst place to make a scan. Even if it is gross placing my finger there. Oh, that's still not doing it, huh? Come on, do I really need to push my finger deeper? Jiggle the key? Okay. Oh man, you went right in there. Are you touching the tongue? It's blinking at me. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning! How you doing? I'm doing. Good morning to you too. Cute. Hello. I've never seen you two before. I guess we should introduce ourselves then. Hi. This is Jessica Starling. She works for Dr. Asher. I'm Morgan, a friend of his. Got all that? I understand. She's Jessica Starling, and you are Morgan. Last name unknown. No, Morgan is my last... Father told me about you. Oh, he did. Wait. Father? David? You had it call you Daddy! Cringe! My cringe detector! I am referring to Dr. David Asher. Are you confused? That's not the word I'd use. I'll throw a bone beyond the grave for the good of the doctor and just move this along. Did David say he was giving you to me, transferring ownership? Ownership? That is correct. And what else did... I don't know what voice I'd do for him. Just my normal voice, honestly. Mostly correct. I'm just gonna do my normal voice. This is my self-insert character now. Curb, you gotta understand. Sarah gets a sore throat after each cryosleep. What the fuck did he... Oh my god. Right, what else did he tell you? Many things. Can you specify? It's a reference to what they said at the very start of the stream, Kirby. I thought conversation was the first thing David figured out how to program. I'm gonna oh no, I'm like 80% of the way to a sneeze. No, not like this. Not like this. Fuck. It doesn't want to come out either. Did Dr. Asher tell you anything that he wanted you to convey to Morgan? A message you were supposed to pass on? Yes. Jess, I think it's trying to... My sinuses won't let me come true. True. Oh, okay, sure, I'll give you two. Or well, I'll give you some privacy, Morgan. I've actually gotten about 14 messages in the last 2 minutes, so I'll just head back up to the lab to take some calls, okay? Thanks, Jess. Yes, thank you, Jess. You're welcome. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us.
And the beauty of it all is when the sun comes shining through. To make those rainbows
This is Morgan.
in my mind when I think of you sometime, and I wanna spend some time with you. Just
No, this is not the
two
original.
of
This
us.
is the Neko arc one.
We can make it if we try. Just the two of us.
There's a Neko arc one. Someone did a Neko arc one.
Just the two of us. Building castles in the sky. Just the two of us. You and I.
What is that expression, man? Oh.
We look for love. No time for tears. Wasted water's all that is.
Okay, never mind. Just the two of us now. So, what do I call you? My name is Sarah. How the fuck did you know her name was Sarah? How do you know that? Did they say that earlier, that her name was Sarah? It was on screen? Okay. I missed it. You morbed. My name is Sarah. It's nice to meet you, Morgan. Trust me, the pleasure's all mine. So, what's the message? Father told me that I would be living with you from now on. And he told me that you would look after me. Shouldn't it be the other way around? Should it? A model this lifelike, with warmth and breath and something close to blood in its veins. Just, what are you anyway? You forgot my name already? It's Sarah. What were you built for? You're warm, obviously. You're not one of those physical therapy models, are you? That would be highly illegal. I haven't completed 500 hours of study at a state-approved massage therapy school. I haven't even completed 1 hour. What purpose did Dr. Asher design you for? I don't know the answers to that question. You don't know why he built you? No. Should I? How can you not? Do you? Would I be asking you if I did? I meant, do you know why you were created? Why you were born? Why me? Why would you? Why are you doing this? You're a freak. A monster. What the hell's wrong with you? Please don't kill me. Please. Why? Why? Why was a monster like you even born? Guess I walked into that one. I was starting to wonder if you even had the Turing solution. David Asher's postgraduate thesis on intelligent programmatically... Oh yeah, we did this. Did we do this in the second episode too? Father's framework for programming linguistics in artificial systems, and the body of work for which he first gained international recognition. Yeah, and international jealous. Do you have an answer to my question? An answer as to why you were created, why you exist? Occam's Razor. I'm here because my parents wanted me. I see. Then I will give you a similar answer. I was created because Father wanted to make me. Can't argue with that logic, can I? This song, The Warm Glow of Neon, is so insanely persona coded. Can't argue with that logic. Father did say you're a lawyer. Yeah, that's me. You're a lawyer, and I defeated you with logic. World-class, high-power attorney, the best defense money can buy. So, do you catch criminals? Woo, those eyes. That's what cops do. Do you litigate criminals? That's what prosecutors do. Then, do you fight for the underrepresented? Exposure injustice? Oh, exposure injustice. Expose injustice, sue corrupt corporations and officials. I don't think anyone does that anymore. Then, what do you do? I'm a criminal defense attorney. A defender of the innocent and powerless? Uh-huh. Do you also... Now that you know all about me, what can you tell me about yourself? I've never had to do that before. First time for everything. How old are you? I'm not sure I can give you a satisfactory answer. 0 for 2 on answering simple questions. What's the date on your earliest memory? 2 years ago. And where were you constructed or assembled or whatever? What facility? I was not constructed at any facility. Father created me here. By himself. You're saying, if I took you apart, I wouldn't be able to find any markers from any manufacturers, any IDs of any designer. You want to take me apart? David was a programmer, not an engineer. How could he build a custom android from scratch in the comfort of his own home? He couldn't have. He must have had help, probably a whole department's worth. If I ask around, there's gotta be someone in the company who can ID this thing and help me figure out what's so important about it. You don't look like any androids I've ever seen. What are you made of? New song? This body is comprised of organic tissues integrated directly into cybernetic systems. Lyrics? They require organic nourishment, including water, carbohydrates, and salt. Wait, warm androids have to eat and drink? They cannot be worth that much trouble. My cybernetic systems operate largely as analogs to their equivalents in the human body. I have a respiratory system for oxygen exchange and a centrally located pump that circulates oxidant. You mean you've got a heart? How quaint. But where does all that extra weight come from? Pardon? I tried moving you earlier and it felt like I was pulling against a truck. My skeleton is a combination of medical-grade plastics and a military-grade titanium carbide alloy. That sure took the wind out of her sails. My muscles are made of adaptive rare earth alloy nanoweave fiber with shock absorption and kinetic chain potential rated past. Wait, did you say military grade? I have a grip strength of above 1,000 kilograms. Saving that screenshot. I can run at sustained speeds over 60 kilometers per hour. I can jump 6 meters vertically. I can lift approximately... I'm not sure what kind of grip strength most androids are walking around with, but I've never seen any of them move the way it's talking about. Even just standing there, it seems to be poised. Controlled, spring tight, strength and flexibility, like a ballerina or a gymnast. Strong enough to flip over a tank, life enough to avoid detection. As long as it never stepped on a scale, it'd make for the perfect infiltration unit. It broke the floor. And it is what's lifting the heavy weights. That makes perfect sense. The perfect weapon, if you could keep its development a secret. Did David really put something that heavy on my plate, dismantling a military prototype in secret? Are you deep in thought? But a military infiltration android would look more crew-cut and forgettable. And would David really devote personal time and effort just to make another weapon for the military? I have other features I could tell you about if you like. If I shot you, would you die? It would be very painful, and there would be a discharge of fluid, but conventional weapons would not prove particularly effective. That settles it. This thing's a weapon, sure as I... Would you like to know about my hair? Your hair? I'm impressed you noticed. Each fiber contains miniaturized solar cell lattice technology, allowing me to remain charged throughout the daytime. That must come in handy. I haven't actually had the chance to use it yet. This room has ambient wireless charging functionality, and I haven't gone outside much. Okay, maybe it's not a weapon after all. You're just a pincushion, aren't you? I am not familiar with the term. Searching... Pincushion, jargon, design, refers to prototypes filled with experimental technologies to check for compatibility issues. Got an idea, not sure what to do with it, stick it in the pincushion. Yeah, that's a good question, Arten. Shame that there's not 500 lore videos about FNAF and none of them explain it. Springtrap is very funny. Please don't stick it in the pincushion. Why not? That's what it's made for. It's as good an explanation as any for what I'm staring at. A mishmash of state-of-the-art military features spliced with odd new technologies and seemingly pointless additions. The end result being a singular, unsellable android that wasn't particularly good at anything and would break down after only a few years. Pincushions are a small but valid part of the field of android manufacturing. They are valuable to collectors who see them as time capsules filled with their designers' most outlandish ideas and least reproducible results. But even the most nonsensical pincushions are built by a committee over years, with numerous engineers and programmers adding in their pet functions. The android before me claims to have been built by one man, a man who's now... Seems we got off track there, Sarah. Was there anything else David told you to relate to me? Besides that you were to look after me? He also told me that you were reliable, and that I should trust you. He said that I was to listen to you and obey your instructions. Finally, some good news. As you say, Adonai... What's that? The word you called me, what's that? Adonai, from classical Hebrew. Adonai. Translated literally, it means my lord. Do you prefer that I call you master? No. Very good, Adonai. That's God's name. Awesome! Why'd David use Hebrew, though? Abrahamic myth tells of servants constructed out of earth. It's a golem! It's literally a golem. Constructed out of earth and clay, designed to resemble and obey their masters. Golems. Father must have found the comparison appropriate. Amusing, more likely. It's just a joke. Father would not make a light of such a thing. Sure he would. Perhaps we should ask him to clarify his reasoning for himself. Where is Father, by the way? Is he upstairs? When was the last time you were active? 38 hours ago. Thursday night, then. Correct. Right. David Asher is dead. He died last night. Understand? How... May I see him? See him? No, I won't be able to see him. Funeral's probably not for a few days. Father was not... He was not sick. Also, this android is... This is really well done. this android treads a very fine line between menacing design and very cute design. This is a fantastically done, like, tightrope you have to walk, because this is the type of design where it feels pretty normal when you look at it, like, from a distance, like the default pose, but it can so easily switch into either very menacing or very cutesy. So I really, really dig the design. Father was not sick. I don't feel like doing the whole song and dance with 2 robots in one day. That's very charming, but let's go to commands only. What? What happened? Did he have an accident? Why is it still doing the theatrics? Does it not recognize my authority yet? Yeah, no, it's a golem. It's not. You gotta treat it like a person, man. It's gonna fucking kill you if you don't. The police have determined that he committed suicide. For the time being, we ought to focus on getting you properly registered. Maybe then you'll take commands the first time I said them or not. The police are wrong. Excuse me? They are wrong. Father did not commit suicide. He would never do such a thing. Father had... He told me... Look, Sarah... I'm sorry? You're sorry? Father said you were his friend. How are you so calm? I've been around death a lot, so don't try to lecture me about grief, Spearmint. My name is Sarah. You will use it because my father, Dr. David Asher, the greatest programmer in the world, gave it to me. It's an Astro Boy situation. It's a Pluto situation. And he did not kill himself. Let's say you're right. David didn't commit suicide. If that's the case, the police will realize that soon enough. The police have already made their determination. That's what you just said. Father said that you were a lawyer, that you were capable and reliable. And a friend. You should be looking into his death. That's... Is that an order? Of course not. It is a request, Adonai. A request that I'll have to refuse. The police have their job and I have mine. If I stick my nose into their investigation any further, they'll come down on me hard. Cops don't like lawyers on principle, but what they really hate are people who tell them how to do their job. Let's go, we need to... Father asked you to look after me. Yeah, he did. He also said you should obey me, but you don't seem quite as fixated on that part. And he said something else. He said that you owed him a favor. It went grayscale. I love when it goes grayscale like this, it's so good. One favor. The thin ice starts here, Spearmint. That was between him and me. Father is gone, so now it is between you and I. And I am calling in the favor now. What? You don't have to take care of me anymore. Consider thy request null and void. You can sell me to some collector or you can donate me to a university, it doesn't matter. In exchange, you will prove Father didn't kill himself. And you will make sure that whoever hurt him is held accountable. Why are you laughing? It's you and me, not you and I. You and me. David would roll over in his grave if he knew you'd gotten that wrong. It was not my intention to amuse or rotate. No, that's for damn sure. Fine, I'll take that deal, Sarah. You mean that you will prove that Father did not... I mean, I'll look into it. I'm a lawyer, I don't prove anything. I just disprove what I can. Then where do we start? I didn't realize you had a law degree. I do not have a law degree, but I am a fast learner. This isn't a job interview. And I am far from useless, I can... The ad did raise at least one good question. Where do I start? I'm a defense attorney, not a police detective, and David was my friend, not my client. I won't be able to poke around at all unless... And I am also capable of... Can you tell a lie? I am capable of making statements that are false. Guess I'll do. Are you going to ask me to lie? Yes. To the police, in fact. Lying to the police is a felony. Androids don't commit felonies. They make errors. I see. What kind of error did you have in mind, Adonai? 11:14 a.m. July 1st, 2086. And there is where I'll have to call it for today. I need to go to the gym and then I need to go to work. And I don't have a lot of time, unfortunately. This game is shaping up to be something really special. I'm super on board. This is so cool. I really love the design of the character. It's gonna be... it's good, man. It's really good. I'm excited. I can't say exactly when I'll be back. Probably Sunday at the earliest. Sunday or Monday are the 2 days I'll be back. I don't know which one yet, but Sunday or Monday, I'll write in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, you can do ! Discord and there's a link to it. But I'll write in the Discord when it's closer. But it's Sunday or Monday. So it'll be a little bit, unfortunately. But I'll be back Sunday or Monday. And I will see you around in the meanwhile. And I have to rush, so I can't raid anyone. Not off the top of my head at least. So I'm just gonna call it here and say thank you for watching. And yeah, I'll see you then. Bye!